Hello, I'm Krista Ordonez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and owner of Functional Flow Pilates, sharing you some of my favorite ways to really help those that struggle with activating their deep core get better connected. And now, this isn't just for women, even though I've done it for myself and many other postpartum women, but including men, because it's for those that have had history also with low back pain that tend to turn off our deep transverse abdominis, so those low abs that help with supporting and stabilizing and managing pressure. So if you find yourself having a difficulty with feeling your abs during ab exercises when you should, or having more back pain when you are in plank or doing other ab exercises, this is for you. It's going to start with your breath. And the breathing is very important because our breathing diaphragm is also going to correlate with our pelvic floor diaphragm. That helps manage our pressure when we go into exercises that we're trying to challenge the core by stabilizing and resisting motion. But if these muscles aren't working for you, then you're going to find it very hard to actually get into your core. All right, so we're going to start seated and then we'll end up on 4-point, starting with our ability to fully exhale. Sounds pretty easy, but tends to be pretty challenging. So just working on our inhale. On your exhale, I want you to blow it all out. Now check in. When you're inhaling and exhaling, are you putting more tension outward into your abdominals, or are you creating this type of cinching? So we're going to inhale again. I want you to think more of the backside and breathing down versus breathing your belly outward. So let's start again. Inhale. On your exhale, you want to bring your muscles into each other. So this is coming naturally because when you're exhaling, you're actually trying to bring your diaphragms up, right? And so when we inhale, those diaphragms, both thoracic and our pelvic floor diaphragm, go down. So now we're going to think about that type of breathing. Inhale, exhale. Can get more to like a 4, 5, 6 seconds exhale, really working on that end range exhale, blowing it all out. This will also help you get deeper into full breathing versus just up here into more accessory neck tension breathing, which is more shallow. So doing your best, doing it from your nose. We'll do 2 more and we're going to apply it into some motions. And I promise you, you should be feeling your stomach better after this course versus the beginning. Here we go. You should feel those muscles turning on again. Okay, so I'm not actually changing the shape of my spine. A lot of times people try to activate their core by tucking their butt and really clenching that stomach, which is actually putting more outward pressure into our abdominals when we're trying to keep it more inward, creating more compression versus losing control into a distension. So let's apply this now into a 4-point that we're going to progress that you can find where you are today at your level. All right, start in your 4-point. I want you to, again, think more abdominals up, 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 right? And we're not changing the shape of our spine just yet. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, those abdominals up. 4 to 5, 6 seconds, right? It's pretty long. Again. Okay, keep those muscles working for you as we create a small change in the shape of our spine. Doing your best not to tuck your butt under, but coming more from your abs, lifting up, creating a little bit of a change into that low back. Here we go. Inhale. Small pelvic tilt from your abs. Use your exhale to create that small mechanical change. And again. With every exhale, maybe you're rounding that low back just a little bit more. Lifting those abs up just a little bit higher. Doing your best not to over round into your neck and shoulders. One more. Ooh, awesome. Let that release. So as we move into some rocking here in 4-point, if you feel it in your neck and your shoulders, just recognize those are the muscles that are working harder for you. We are trying to feel it more into our stomach, less into our neck and shoulders. If you've done planks in the past and you're like, I just feel it in my neck and shoulders, again, this is a great technique for you. Starting in 4-point, you're going to slowly rock on your exhale. So inhale here in neutral. Exhale, pull those abs up as you rock forward. And again, abs go up. By resisting motion, we're just naturally preventing ourselves from collapsing into our stomach when we go forward, which puts all the stress into our fingers, our wrists, and our shoulders. So now, if you want to progress, go a little bit further out in front of you, still staying on your knees. And then here we go. Inhale. On your exhale, create a little bit of that tuck from your stomach. But you're breathing the whole way through. Don't hold your breath. Lift up. To create this compression, this abs lifting up and back. Try 2 more. Should feel those low stomach muscles starting to fight. And then 1 more. Oof. We can apply that compression and resistance to skeletal change in any position that we're in. A lot of times we do ab workouts on our back, but it's very easy to use our butt when we're on our back. So do your best again. Maybe go fingertips along your glutes. You're trying to make sure that these muscles stay relaxed, and that's more abdominal, creating the change of our tilt. A lot of times when I cue tilting in a class or with someone, they initially start to tuck and lift and scrunch, right? I want those hips to stay heavy, your cheeks stay down. So do your breathing. Diaphragms go down. Exhale. Diaphragms go up. Right, I want you to use that muscular support to create a small tilt from your stomach. Here we go. It's very small. Stay in that tilt. Can you breathe again? Maybe go for that end range exhalation and feel those muscles kick on, and then just go back to your breathing. You're trying to lengthen that spine towards the floor. And then let's see, can we prevent change of our spine? So our spine is connected down to the ground. We're not over clenching or tucking of our butt. We're just here with our abs, and then we're going to create a lift of one leg. Can we do that without our spine coming off? Very small motion. Right, the weight of my leg wants to pull my spine and ribs off the surface. You're going to use this front body connection to resist motion. Again, inhale. Exhale. Bring that leg up. Inhale, exhale, opposite leg. All right, it's that cinching naturally because of your breathing. You're not overdoing it and forcing it by crunching and scrunching. It ends up being a lot more stressful, and we're actually then tightening up through our muscles and not creating the full range of motion of our diaphragms. They too also need to move fully up and down. Okay, so this helps not just with increasing the strength of our core. A lot of times people tend to be overly tight with their pelvic floor. So we're also trying to work on that full inhale to relax the diaphragm, and then exhale, lift. Okay, so marching is a great way to also continue on in your deep core progression. But I don't like to start there because we tend to already get here and we're just tucked up in the butt. And now, yes, we're not moving, but it's not our stomach holding us. We're actually end up putting more abdominal outward pressure when we're crunch and tucked, okay? So another way to further challenge your ability to stabilize and get into your deep core is, can you do a pelvic tilt with your feet up? If this is okay for you though, when your marches are solid, right? If you're up here and you just don't have the capacity to control your spine and you're already lifted, then bring it back down to the march. Master this with stability before we get here into our tabletop. So from here, the weight of my legs really is pulling on my rib cage and my spine. So I'm going to exhale and then get that connection, get that compression. Hold it here with your muscles. You're still breathing comfortably. On your next exhale, you're not closing the hip joints. We're going to create a little spinal change using our abs again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you feel this is more abdominal versus exhale? Exhale, right? This now becomes all into the hip joints, and we're losing again the support of our internal abdominals, creating that compression support that we're trying to get into. Practice those drills, those tricks, those techniques throughout your day. Honestly, the breathing you can take anywhere with you. I do it typically in my closet in the morning just to get everything connected. I go through my full inhale and work on my full exhale, getting it all out because I've also had history with some pelvic floor issues, some diastasis recti. So all of that abdominal separation from having children, it's just something that we want to carry on through our day, especially when we go into lifting and carrying that are more stress for our upper body and our abdominal pressure. Typically, people will complain of having back pain with lifting or some leakage with lifting. So this will address both of those. So whether you've had history of pelvic floor stuff or history of back pain, this is for you. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed this tip and trick on how to get deeper into your deep core.